Hey guys, it is me, Gamer Guy at the World here, back with a new video, a new Let's Play. That's right, we're playing the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, well, the undead man, and the undead myth, and the undead legend, really. Plants vs. Zombies, and how, you might be asking, am I playing this? This version doesn't look like the PC version. Correct, it's not. This is the iPad version. Instead of downloading the PC version from Amazon and waiting 2 hours, I literally could have just downloaded the iPad version in 30 seconds, and then I have a cable called a lightning adapter cable that allows me to connect my iPad to an HDMI setup, and then I could just record the iPad from there. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm more comfortable playing this game on phones anyway, although this game does exist for Xbox 360, the PC, and for PS3 and the DS. This game was a huge success. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I love Plants vs. Zombies. And I really just wanted to play it for you guys. So, without further ado, I say we get crack-a-lackin'. Alright, so we're here on the main menu. Well, not the main menu. We're here on the main setup, and we're in story mode. So basically, this game involves you using plants to kill zombies that are trying to invade your house and eat your delicious, intelligent brains. And you don't want to do that, right? So basically, what you have to do is to plant plants, you have to have sun. And to have sun, you have to have, well, if it's daytime, sun falls out of the sky that you can collect, and you can use that to be able to buy the plants you want to plant on your little strip of lawn. This is the very basics of the game. There are much more elements that make the game a little bit more complicated that are coming very soon. But for now, we're just going to plant as many pea shooters. These things are called pea shooters. They literally shoot peas at zombies to kill them, and then we can defend them. Luckily, these zombies are not intelligent enough to know that they can just walk on the dirt where I cannot plant anything and just get my brains that way. But it's all good. We're chilling right now. So yeah, basically zombies are just going to come in waves and try to get to your house, and you're going to want to put plants down to stop them. 4 pea shooters, that should be overkill. And from doing that, we got ourselves an adorable little new plant. It's a sunflower. Sorry about that voice crack if you did hear it. And yes, I apologize. The only bad thing about recording this on the iPad is that there is advertisements, but I guess if you want to be fair, I guess I could argue that I could be making money from like a billion different advertisement companies now that I displayed all their companies on my video. So, yay America! Yay capitalism! But anyways, I apologize about the ads. I'm sorry. It's easier to record it from the iPad than waiting 2 hours to download it on the PC when I literally could have just did it the day I thought of it, which is pretty much what's happening right now. So, sorry about that, guys. I could also edit the ads out post probably, but this is the first video. We'll see if you guys want to, and we'll see how frequent and annoying they are. So anyways, that adorable little sunflower that we just picked up is the most important plant in the game. There is very little arguing against that. This plant is very important because it produces the sun that we use to buy the other plants and also buy more sunflowers themselves. So, needless to say, the more sunflowers you have, the more sun you're going to be able to produce and the more plants you're going to be able to plant, because zombies aren't just regular zombies like this. There's going to be a crap ton more of them coming later on, and there's going to be different types as well. So being able to make sun to take care of those zombies with as many different types of plants as possible is essential, and it's the basis of the entire game. Now, it is possible to do daytime levels without planting sunflowers, because sun will fall during the daytime naturally, but that is really difficult, and why the hell would you ever in God's name want to do that? So that's my response to that. Just plant sunflowers. They make the game what it is, and they're so cute how they bob up and down with the beat of whatever it is that they're listening to. They don't have earbuds, but I'm assuming that they're listening to something. I don't know, maybe they just could, I'm assuming they're listening to the background music, otherwise what the hell could they possibly be bobbing up and down about? It's just so cute. I love the thing I like about this game most is not how, it's like an RPG kind of, and that you have to, like, you know, play your cards correctly and decide where you're going to put plants and how you're going to maneuver them and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of strategic element to that, definitely. I also like the designs of the plants. They're very interesting. Could you imagine if plants in real life had eyes and were able to shoot peas that would actually damage something like a person? Like, could you imagine if pea shooters were real? That'd be so cool. They would have, like... I mean, it would be a little creepy because they do have little eyes and they shoot peas, and that'd be very scary, but, like... With genetic engineering, it's kind of cool to think that, like, well, if we really, really wanted to try to make plants that look like these, maybe we could. We could give plants genes that give them ocular receptacles and allow them to see things. We could give plants genes that allow them to do things like this cherry bomb does, explode. There are plants that already explode their spores naturally, so if we just do a little bit of genetic engineering, we could maybe get plants, not as quite as cartoony as these, but we could get plants that could do things like have eyes, maybe, if we give them enough genes for eyes. The Hox gene is for eyes, I believe. I'm not exactly sure about that, but I feel like it's like, I feel like I'm not explaining myself correctly. What I'm trying to say is that if we really wanted to, I feel like we could definitely try and get plants to look more like the plants in this game. We're not going to give them, like, full-on eyes and mouth and everything, and they're not going to be able to, like, dance to music, and there's no real practical application to having a pea shooter actually shoot its seeds at things, but, you know, I feel like if we wanted to, genetic engineering of plants could take us in a way that where this cartoony kind of thing might not be so far off. Maybe we will have plants with eyes, or maybe we will have plants that shoot things. Maybe plants will be used in defense if we genetically engineer them to shoot their seeds at things. I don't know. Like, genetic engineering could take us anywhere. And I feel like with that, it's kind of cool to, like, tie in modern science with, like, this cartoony concept. This game came out in 2009, I believe. And look how far we've come. It's 9 years later, and this game is still great, the concept is still cool to understand, and the fact that we could possibly get this to be a reality, if we can genetically engineer plants to do things like protect our home, that'd be insane. It's just cool to tie in modern science with this sort of sci-fi concept and make it a reality. That's just me, though. That was probably a really long speech for basically what I wanted to say was making plants look more like this would be cool, but I'm sorry, I felt like I had to explain myself in such a way that everybody would understand and that I would make my point as clear as possible. But anyways, enough about that. This is the third level of the game. I don't want to make these videos too long because everybody has lives. Yes, even I have a life, even though I'm sitting in my room playing Plants vs. Zombies on an iPad right now. But yes, even I have a life, so I'm trying to make these videos relatively not too heavy in progress, relatively short, maybe 20 minutes at most, maybe 21 or so if it goes over. I think this video is going to be on the longer side just because it's the first episode, but in the future, videos will probably be maybe 2 levels of video, maybe totaling up to anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. I will try my best. That's what I hope to do. That's what I hope to do. I feel like that's the best setup. Also, I haven't used any of these cherry bombs yet, but basically they are insta-kills and they explode, and their blast radius covers a lane up and a lane down from it. So these things can cover 3 lanes at once, the lane they are in and the lane above and the lane below them. I will show you what they do. They make a cool little powy explosion animation, and the zombies disintegrate into ash. So they're very, very useful plants. The bad thing is they have a lot of recovery time before you can plant another one, and they cost a hefty amount of sun, but in daytime that's really not a problem, as you can clearly see. And with the discovery of this new adorable looking plant, I think that we're going to end this first episode off here. This is the walnut. Look how adorable it is. It's a wall that protects your plants. Next time on Plants vs. Zombies, we're going to be seeing how well the walnut protects our plants. See you guys later.